And so we have all these factors currently affecting our weather. We have hot water off of South America. We have a stretch of cold in the middle of the Atlantic. We have the hot water coming off of into the Pacific. We have a neutral IOD. These are all the oceanic things that we in Brown Media, we look at these on a daily basis and on a weekly basis to try to understand and jump ahead of the curve on what's going to happen. Because when these oceanic temperatures change, it gives us usually a 2 to 3 month window to let our clients know something's going to change and here's what we believe it is based off of all the data that we have collected. But for your sake, this is all the different factors oceanic that are affecting our weather. So I talked about the AMO, the Atlantic Multi-Decadal Oscillation. In 1995, it went from cold to hot. And it's a 70-year cycle. So it's just long enough, it's 70 years, so it goes 30 to 40 years warm and then 30 to 40 years cold. So we're talking a full generation growing up and getting used to the type of weather that is created during this AMO phase. And just as they've really gotten a hand on it and they've learned where they can plant and what their winters are going to be like and how El Niños and La Niñas affected, the thing has the audacity to switch up on us. And now we have warm water coming out of the Atlantic. And that changes the type of weather that the East Coast, and for that matter, South America and Europe, are receiving. And it started in 1995. Now, one of the things that it does is it creates drier conditions and warmer conditions on the East Coast. It doesn't produce as much precipitation. The way precipitation does occur a lot, though, is unfortunately in the form of hurricanes. Hurricane activity increases when the AMO is warm because there's so much more heat in the water. It means that it's a lot stronger. It can generate more energy, more wind in order to make those hurricanes become stronger. So that's a reason that in New York, they hadn't had a hurricane, in New York, New Jersey area, they hadn't had a hurricane hit that area in 30 to 40 years. They had scientists saying you need to build up your dams and your walls to prepare for this. And the immediate reaction by the government was, hey, 30 to 40 years, we haven't had any. Well, you hadn't, because for 30 to 40 years, you've had a cold AMO. It turned warm, and just ask the people who experienced Sandy what that meant for them. We also have the PDO, the Pacific Decadal Oscillation, and that in 2005 it switched. And it went from warm to cold along North America. And so what that means is that you have drier conditions on the East Coast, you also have drier conditions on the West Coast. All that cold water makes things very dry for especially California. And California is in drought emergency right now because of how cold that Pacific has been and what little precipitation it has created.